Well, namaste. Hey, everyone. This is a video that I don't know if I'm going to publish live on my YouTube channel, but it's something that I want to talk about and I want to share, and I want to see what y'all think about it. So, there's something I've learned over the last, just over a decade now in my experiences as an adventurer in life and interacting with people. And the statement is very simple, or the statement is simple, but then the depth behind it is quite complex. So the statement is this: the more highly you think of someone, the more influence they will have over you. And inversely, the less highly you think of someone, the less influence they will have over you. So what does that mean? Well, this is this is the part of the video that makes me wonder if I should share this. But I have a picture of a woman, one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen. And she is a webcam model. So webcam models, basically, you can go to a site, find women on the site, and this is obviously geared toward men. Maybe some women too, probably some couples. But you can go to the webcam model site and find a model and interact with her. And you can even pay to have an exclusive one-on-one chat with her, or do whatever you want with her. And this is something I experimented with, almost back in 5 years ago-ish now. And one of the women really stuck out to me. When I first saw her, I said, holy shit, that's gotta be the most gorgeous woman I've ever seen. So I'm gonna show a picture of her to you. She's like she's just like in her underwear. So it's not an explicit picture, but the picture will illustrate what I find physically the most attractive in a woman. And then I'm gonna share why I'm sharing this picture of this blonde woman with y'all. So I'm gonna take my phone now, and we're gonna reverse the camera. So this is the woman. I'll just show the picture for a few seconds so y'all can get an idea of it. Okay. So physically, like my physical type, that's as good as it gets. I can't think that there's much more she could do to be attractive to me. Now everyone has their type, and I'm attracted to lots of different kinds of women physically. It doesn't have to be a blonde like that. The stereotypical blonde, blue eyes, big boobs is my most preferred attractive type for a woman, but I'm attracted to lots of different types of women. A woman does not have to be like that for me to be interested in her. And there's a lot more to a woman that makes her interesting to me beyond just looking good. She has to be kind, authentic, intelligent, and etc. There's a lot of other things that matter to me. And if a woman looks good to me, even if she's really hot to me, and she's not exhibiting feminine, kind, intelligent, good qualities, it's a no-go. Now, for a woman like that, if I met a woman like that and I went on a date with her and we started dating and she was treating me poorly, could I also just walk away from her? I think I could, but it would be difficult. It would be difficult. It would certainly require more willpower than usual, but I have a boundary and a standard that I don't care who someone is. It could be Aphrodite herself. And if I'm dating her and she's not treating me well, I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna walk away. And it took me about 6 years to learn this lesson, to get to the point to start doing that. Okay, so now to the picture I showed you, this woman, and about influence that people have over us. And it's not just about looks. A hot woman has a lot of influence, though. That's why I showed you this picture, because when you click on a woman's profile, there's like this free chat that people can talk to her. And then there's options to go to an exclusive or a private chat that cost, like, they pay by the minute. So it costs $11 a minute to talk to that girl on a video chat. That's the current price she has on her thing. So guys will spend a few minutes to half an hour to an hour talking to her. And I think she keeps around 30 to 50% of the money. So for her, it might be like $3 to $5 a minute she's making with the people she's talking to, which if you do that over the course of an hour, and she gets snatched up pretty quickly. She won't be sitting there for very long before it gives a notification that she's in an exclusive show with someone. So she could easily be making a couple $100 an hour plus tips, which is really good income. But a woman like that, you can tell she has immense influence over men. So men are just like, they cannot help themselves. They must talk to her. They must pay her to do an exclusive video. And it's almost like they have no choice. Now you might be wondering, Jeremy, are you doing exclusive videos with her? No, I am not. It's too expensive. Like, it's so expensive. Would I consider doing a one time or one-off with her just to ping her and probe her mind for 10 or 20 minutes? I actually would consider that. I think it would be super valuable to just have a conversation with her, not to do anything sexually, but to talk to her, to probe her, to get an understanding and a feel for the types of things she experiences, and what it's like as a woman like that, to have guys just throwing money at you all the time, and to have guys just constantly flowering you and showering you with compliments and validation. It's her life. I've listened to her in the free chat. Her life is very chill. She goes to the gym, she has her coffee, she gets dressed up and does her shows and video for, I don't know, 5 hours a day-ish. Not every day. Yeah, but it's a very chill life, and her demeanor is very feminine. Even if she's putting on an act, she's a super feminine woman. But she's at the highest caliber of looks I've ever seen for a woman. And so when I think of her looks, like, I think extremely highly of her. I'm like, you're like Helen of Troy to me. So she's way up there. So I feel it. It's almost like the cells in my body are just like, like, go talk to her, go look at her. And I have to I have to resist and balance myself to not let that just take a hold of me. It's kind of like a siren in mythology. The more a man thinks highly of a woman, the more likely he's just gonna shower her with compliments, give her gifts, give her money, let her treat him like crap, let her take him for granted. And I've experienced this myself. When I really like a woman, and I have in the past, I would just start to compliment her and validate her all the time, give her free gifts. And more times than not, the woman never reciprocated anything. She just took it for granted. And because it was just, she didn't have to do anything for all that. It was just like free stuff. What would I do if I was constantly getting showered with gifts and compliments and money from people? Would I take the effort to reciprocate and say thank you and start giving gifts back? No, the natural order of things is not to do that. You only generally, unless you are unless you consciously intercept this pattern, you generally will only do that with people you think very highly of. You won't do it with random people giving you gifts and compliments. So I bring this up because it creates understanding and clarity with human dynamics and relationships. And anyone you see that you think very highly of that has um, influence to you, I won't say over you because I don't think that's the right way to say it, but when someone has influence over you or to you, when someone has influence to you, let's use that terminology. Um, you feel a pull to that person. You want to be around them. You want to listen to what they have to say, and you respect that person, and you think highly of them, and you're much more likely to accept invitations or respond to that person if they reach out, etc. So you can tell how someone thinks of you by, you can generally tell because someone can fake it, of course, but you can generally tell what someone thinks about you by how they're treating you. And it's not what they say, although you can look at what they say. If their way they talk to you is short and dry and or not at all, then that's a person who does not think very highly of you. But if a person is taking time to really talk to you and get to know you and is responsive to you, they think something about you at some level. Like you're not invisible to them. You have some amount of intrigue or interest to them. Now, it may not be like this blonde woman is to me, but you're on the radar at some level. And the more that person's giving to you, the higher on the radar you are. And so you can understand a lot about where you stand with someone by just observing their behavioral patterns to you. And so it makes it pretty easy to be around only people who are super enthusiastic to be in your life. You can use this knowledge that if someone thinks very highly of you, it's almost like you can rely on them to be a certain way toward you, that they're going to treat you well, assuming you also treat them well and are kind and reciprocate back. Like I said, if a woman I think highly of doesn't treat me well, I will bounce. I will leave that interaction permanently. I remember the first time I did that. It was the summer of 2020. I was in my condo with a woman, and we'd been dating about a month, maybe 5 or 6 weeks, and I was very attracted to her. And my cat Dido threw up, and I did not go clean it up right away. I delayed. I was just laying in bed, and I lay in bed and rest a lot. Like I have issues in my body that require me to rest and take it easy and not stress myself out. But because I didn't go clean it up, her attraction and interest had been going down over the week, but it kind of went to a bottom there. She was very clean, liked everything to be spotless. And she said, I was like, hey, what's up? Because I could tell something was off. And she didn't respond the first few times because no one likes to be asked, is something wrong? If I get asked, is something wrong to me, my natural instinct is to not say anything. It's to withdraw. But she eventually said, I need a few days to think about us. I can't believe you didn't go clean that up right away. And I said, okay. And I immediately went on my computer and started playing a computer game called Desktop Dungeons. I was so turned off by her doing that. I was so completely repulsed that I matched her attraction then. I was completely uninterested that someone would so easily just leave me for something like that. And it doesn't make her a bad person, not at all. It makes us highly incompatible, though. And so that happened, and a few days later, she reached out, like after a few days, asking to talk. And I said there was no need to talk and wished her all the best. And that was that. That's the last time we had any interaction. I remember a couple years later in like the summer of 2022, I reached out to her to talk again, to try to find a better resolution than the way the situation was handled, but I never got a response, and that's okay. So, and it's not just in dating and relationships, although that's the example I've used here for this video with this woman. Yeah, I've been on a webcam site. I'm a single guy, y'all. Sometimes I'm here alone and I'm in a dry spell, or I was curious and wanted to experience that side of the world for a little bit. So that was something I experimented with, and it was my way to get around some of the attractive women that I wasn't having any luck attracting in real life, like, to put it bluntly. But anyways, I feel like this is a valuable thing to know in life, and you can kind of deduce it for yourself. Think about all the people you've come across in all your years, and at what level you really wanted to listen to that person, and how you felt about that person, or how highly you thought of them. And you can see what you would do, like, with your time. Would you talk to that person? Would you listen to them? Would what they say have value and weighting in your life? And so you can also use this as a valuable tool to intercept an unconscious pattern. If someone's having control over you in your life, you can say, wait a minute, it is because I think so highly of this person, but now they're not treating me well. Let me intercept this natural tendency that us humans have and break the pattern. All right. Take this video for what you will. I'm not embarrassed to share this, but it is something that's personal to me. A little personal and unusual to admit that I've done this, but it's the truth, and I'm a strong advocate for the truth. I would much rather have a woman in person that I'm attracted to emotionally, physically, intellectually, spiritually. I would much rather have a woman like that I can experience life with, and not need to, in my alone time, or like I've done in the past, go to some webcam girl to find that, or to experiment or whatever. But if I ever have any luck with that, if I find a woman that treats me well and is gorgeous to me, and I feel like we vibe and connect, I will absolutely want to share her here on my YouTube channel. I absolutely will, but that woman will have to truly also think highly of me and respect me and value me. And I feel like she'll be enthusiastic to come on to my YouTube channel with me, and to share whatever we want to share together with y'all. I think that's what I envision anyway. So yeah, that's the video. Kind of a different video today from me, Jeremy, but what do y'all think? Am I completely nuts on this, or is it interesting to kind of learn a little bit more? Curious to hear what you think, or do you want to just roast me in the comments? That's fine. You can roast me in the comments. All opinions are welcome. I'll read them all. So namaste. We'll see you in the next video.